Hi, welcome to Season 1, Episode 2 of Impact Effectively, which I've entitled, Is Reality What We Think? If you've not been watching the first podcast in this series, or indeed my other series of podcasts, Everyday NLP Bites, I'm Florence Madden. I'm a management development trainer, an NLP trainer and coach based in Cumbria in the north of England. I'm the co-author of the book Everyday NLP and the author of The Intention Impact Conundrum, the book on which this series of podcasts is based. In the first of this series, I looked at how we get to know what our impact is, the impact that we're having on other people. And this week, my focus is on reality. And is reality what we really think it is? John Lennon once famously said that reality leaves a lot to the imagination. We've probably all heard, maybe ourselves or other people, use the phrase, I tell it like it is. Well, if we do, it's certainly how we see it, but not necessarily how other people are experiencing the world. The lens through which we view the world, other people, and situations is one that is unique to us. And it's formed through the experiences in our lives, the families that we're born into, where we were brought up, all of the places that we've lived, the experiences that we've had, good and bad. All of these form the lens through which we view the outside world. And because those things are unique to us, or that combination of things is unique to us, then our view of the world is simply ours. And it's not surprising in that case that when we meet other people who take a very different view, it may seem very alien to us. If you're watching this podcast around about the time when it was recorded, you'll know we're in the middle of a pandemic and in the middle of a vaccination campaign. And there are a lot of people who are very willing to take the vaccine and perhaps a minority that have concerns about it. Now, whichever side your views fall on, you may look at the people who take the opposite view as somewhat alien. But our view is simply the result of our experiences and the information that we have at that time. Something else that's been going on this week is the interview that Meghan and Harry have given to Oprah Winfrey. And they have talked about their view of their experience since they married and lived in the UK. And that has sparked a lot of debate, which has shown how differently people do view perhaps the experiences that they have had, or how we might react to them. So let's look at that a wee bit more closely. How does that happen? It's believed that our brain takes in something like 11 million bits of information a second, which is way too much for us to process. So the brain filters it for us. It deletes a huge amount of it. It distorts quite a bit of it. Now, distort can be quite a pejorative word, but what it simply means is that we fit information coming in with information that we have already. It's how we learn things. And the brain also generalizes. It takes one or two experiences and generalizes from those. Now, all of those things have their good points and their bad points, but that filter system is what changes our individual view of what's going on around about us. And once that 11 million bits of information has been filtered, we're left with our internal representation of the person that stands before us, the situation that's there, the conversation that we recall. And the rather odd thing is that it's believed that if we were, for example, to relay a conversation that we had to another person, with no intention to certainly to intentionally distort it, it's believed that less than 10% of what we will relay to that other person might be based in fact. The rest of it is influenced by those filters, by the topic that was being discussed, by where it was being discussed, with the person with whom the conversation was taking place. But here's the thing, our representation of it is true for us. And if I go back to the Meghan and Harry interview, how they see it is true for them. And I guess from the other point of view, how the royal family or the royal household may see it, their view of events is true for them as well. So I guess to find some resolution, there needs to be some talking done there. But getting back to us, it is our everyday experience, perhaps, to see people, events, situations in our own unique way. And that may be somewhat at odds with other people around us, perhaps even a cause of conflict. The good thing is that our filters are updating all the time. And we can also deliberately do something to update them, which I guess is what this series of podcasts is all about. So we can talk to people and find out more about their views. We can actively seek out new ways of thinking. And we can also pay attention to the language that we use about ourselves and other people. So we're not sitting here with a fixed filter, or perhaps more accurately, we don't have to be sitting here with a fixed filter. We can change that, and we can change our experience of other people, of situations, and the world. And where we need to find resolution. I want to finish today on a quote from Abraham Lincoln, who said, "I don't like that man. I need to find out more about him and get to know him better." Wise words. If you've enjoyed this podcast and would like to find out more about the courses I run, the book, The Intention Impact Conundrum, is based on a course I run in the Lake District called Personal Effectiveness at Work. You can find out about that, more about that, and the other courses that I run on my website, which is www.florencemadden.co.uk. And you can find out about the other podcasts, Everyday NLP Bites. And I hope you'll join me next week when the title of my podcast is Hell Other People. Or maybe the question is, are we hell for other people? So more about our impact and more about what we can do about it. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching or listening. Bye for now.